In this installment, we have set up for a Sunday 2 Game 7s on the slate. The Milwaukee Bucks slipped and let the Celtics back into the series, and now the Celtics have a crucial home game here. And then we have the Dallas Mavericks fighting tooth and nail to get to this Game 7, going up against the Phoenix Suns. Let's get into it. Hey, yo! Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your Sunday night slate showdown on DraftKings and Fanduel, bringing you the top plays at point guard all the way down the center, giving you the value plays and the lock of the night. But before I deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessagesD. Also follow me on TikTok at Chef_D91. On there, I'll be putting up more shorts, content dealing towards fantasy football, which we're gearing towards, sometimes bets, but mostly right now we're gearing towards the fantasy football season. So definitely do not forget about that. And also do not forget about the Patreon. If you want more DFS help, if you want more bets, those links will be down below. So don't forget about signing up for the Patreon as well. Now we have two Game 7s. Super excited for this on a Sunday. This is like the perfect culmination, man. Perfect culmination. 2 Game 7s on a Sunday. Let's get into it. Let's start off at that point guard position already right here. And I got 2 plays for you at this point guard position. One a little more expensive and one a little more cheaper. The first one we'll talk about is Chris Paul, okay? I'm going to ride this wave until it goes off, okay? I can't. This is ridiculous that he has 4 straight games of below average play. This is not Chris Paul that we know and love. We're used to 50 bombs like he was doing against the New Orleans Pelicans. So that's going to come. I do not want to miss that. And he's all the way down to 7,700. He was at 8,700. He was at 9,300 in that Pelican series. You're getting him at an insane price. This is Game 7. He should 100% show up for this one. I'm going all in on this one. You don't have to follow me if you don't want to, because a lot of people have been burned from his play for the past 4 games. But I can't. I'm gonna stay at the slot machine, man. I can't go away. Staying at the slot machine until I cash. Right. The cheaper play at point guard will be Marcus Smart for the Boston Celtics. He showed up in a big way, played huge minutes, 40 minutes in that game against the Milwaukee Bucks, and shot the lights out. 5 of 9 from 3, 21 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. He said sorry for the previous game, and he made up for it in this one. Forces a Game 7, and now the Boston Celtics are home, man. I feel so bad for Giannis Antetokounmpo because he literally did anything. All right, he's not the lock of the night, but obviously you should play Giannis Antetokounmpo. He literally did everything in his power, and it was still not good enough, and he still lost by 13 points. That's what happens when you have a supporting cast, okay? Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford. The team is just too stacked. We're going with Marcus Smart as the second point guard. Let's go over to the shooting guards. And we are going to go with Reggie Bullock, okay? It was really hard to pick a Dallas Maverick other than Luka Doncic because this has been a home and away series, okay? If Dallas is home, all the Dallas players are going home. If Phoenix is home, all the Phoenix players are going off, okay? It really hasn't translated over. So this was tough here. I just went with the Dallas Maverick I felt more comfortable with. That's going to take the majority of the shots, and he's taking the majority of the 3-point shots. He's going to play big minutes as well. He doesn't really get in foul trouble. You should get rebounds from him. You should get steals from him and a couple assists here and there. So I think he's the most trustworthy of the other Dallas Maverick players that are starting. Jalen Brunson might not show up. He doesn't translate over playing in Phoenix as well. So I feel comfortable at 5,100 going to Reggie Bullock. I like his two-way game that he got 3 and D. And at this price at 5,100, we're not asking him to really go off. Just give us around 25 to 30 fantasy points and then we can move on to the next play. All right, it's only a 2-game slate, and the options are limited. All right, let's go to the small forward position. We're gonna pay up here because I just switched my lock of the night. Tatum is now going to be the small forward that we're going to go with at 10K. All right, this is someone you should 100% focus on as well. Tatum has answered the call in Game 6. He closed out that game. All right, the threes are finally falling 7-15. This is what we're used to that we saw Tatum in that regular season. He didn't shy away from the big moment. He stepped up in Milwaukee and outscored Giannis Antetokounmpo. 46 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block. I was very impressed from Jason Tatum. Can this be the moment that you finally get over the Milwaukee Bucks hurdle, okay? Please, I hope you guys do, all right? You can't be 3 times in a row you're losing to the same team in the playoffs, all right? Tatum, I scrutinized you. You answered the call in Game 6. Let's see for Game 7, all right? Let's go over to the power forward position, and I have another 2 plays for you over here. First one, always got to mention Al Horford, okay? Always got to mention Al Horford. He hasn't gone off, but he is still very relevant in each and every category, all right? Didn't hit his jump shots. He was 1 of 6. What does he do? 4 blocks, 3 assists, 10 rebounds, 1 steal. He's doing a little bit of everything. It doesn't matter. He's going to get you somewhere similar to his salary. Hopefully we get the first 3 games, because the last 2 obviously fell off because he had a huge Game 3. So we'll see what happens here. I still like him because the way that Milwaukee Bucks defense is set up, he is still getting a ton of open shots. He just has to knock it down, okay? So we're getting him at 7,200. We have upside of a big double-double. We have big upside with assists and blocks as well, steals as well. He has games where he has 3 steals. He has games where he has 4 steals. Al Horford, play Al Horford at the power forward position, okay? Next, option at the power forward position, our second one that's a little bit cheaper here is going to be Bobby Portis, all right? If Milwaukee has any chance of keeping this game close, okay? Keeping this game close, they need Bobby Portis. They need a big effort out of him. Surprising he stopped hitting threes because he was destroying the Chicago Bulls from that 3-point line. He has now struggled from that 3-point line, and he's become more of a mid-range jump shooter, and he really hasn't done much since that game on May 11th where he had a nice double-double, 14 and 15, excuse me. But he is going to be a big factor in the rebound department. He brings energy, he brings some defense. We need him to score, okay? We need him to get at least over 10 points. You get a nice double-double, someone that's at 5,000 salary, cheap. He's going to get you over 30 fantasy points. That's what we're looking for Bobby Portis, and I think he can do that for you because we're going to see probably a very close game coming down to the wire in that fourth quarter, maybe even overtime. I don't know. The way these 2 teams are going at each other is going to be very, very interesting, all right? So I like Bobby Portis at 5,000. All right, salary. Let's go on to the center position. And literally, this has been the most consistent option at center each and every game. Just solid, not really blowing you away, but the shot attempts he's getting are literally right at the basket, okay? Just continue to do the low pick and roll with him. You can do a high pick and roll with him. It doesn't matter. He can hit the jumper. He's getting the ball down low, and he's shooting the shot at a very high clip. Layups, hooks, dunks, getting to the foul line as well. DeAndre Ayton is getting easy buckets, all right? This is an easy 2010 that we're looking at. So if you're looking at props, you want a double-double, DeAndre Ayton, okay? It's a big mismatch. And DeAndre Ayton is continuing to destroy the Dallas Mavericks. I don't know why they just don't continue. He should have 20 shot attempts. He should have 20 shot attempts minimum. Okay? The easy baskets I saw Ayton score in that previous game were ridiculous. He did it in the game before that. But why don't you just keep doing that? If you're struggling, just give it to Ayton. It doesn't make any sense. So they only raised him up to 7,100. That's fine by me. We're looking at a 20 and 10 candidate right here. Hopefully he can chip in with some more blocks. But Ayton is our guy at center. Let's go over to Fanduel, and I'll give you the value plays of the day and the lock of the night. Remember, I switched up the lock of the night, and we're going to start off with our value plays with Pat Connaughton here at 4,500. He has been the key off the bench. If you're looking at Pat Connaughton on DraftKings, he is at a price of 4,400. So just a little bit of it is discrepancy, $100, that's fine. But as you can see, he's getting the majority of the minutes. Grayson Allen still has not shown up. This is part of the supporting cast for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He has to rely on Pat Connaughton to bring energy, to knock down threes, and he's doing it, all right? 3 of 8, 3 of 6, 3 of 5, and 2 of 3, okay, in the last 4 games. He's going to give you double-digit points, real points. He's going to chip in the rebound department, and hopefully he'll get a steal or block here and there. He has hops. He has high energy as well. So we're looking at Pat Connaughton at 4,400, someone that's going to get you just enough in that value department to move on to that next player, okay? Remember, it's only 2 games, so options are limited. We got to focus on the minutes and the opportunity. Pat Connaughton is going to be one of those guys. All right, let's continue going on. Grant Williams is going to be next in the lineup at 4,000 for value. He's getting a ton of minutes now. The guys, I'll talk about one more Boston Celtics. That's going to be a value play. But they obviously are comfortable going to him pretty early in that first quarter, getting that kind of like small lineup, but still big. Grant Williams is being asked to knock down the three-point ball, but in the last couple games, he struggled because they have come out defensively on Grant Williams and forcing him to dribble, and then you see him with indecisive plays, okay? I do want to note that because I did watch that and I seen Grant Williams. That's why he hasn't scored. He only had 2 points in Game 6 and 0 points in Game 5. Is because they're taking him from his sweet spot on that three-point line, forcing him to dribble and taking uncomfortable shots, okay? So we definitely have to notify that. But early in this series, he was knocking down his three-point shot and jumpers because he was wide open, all right? They have adjusted on that. Hopefully we'll see a little bit of a different Grant Williams in this one, because Tatum has finally woken up. So that's going to be a big factor right there. So Grant Williams at 4K will be our value play. If you're looking at Grant Williams on DraftKings, he is at a price of, let's see, at 4,200. So a little bit more expensive here. He really needs to knock down his jumpers on DraftKings, but FanDuel, he is a little bit cheaper. Next will be Maxi Kleber for the Dallas Mavericks here. This is their 6-man. He has overtaken Spencer Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie finally showed up in that previous game, but he has not been consistent at all. Maxi Kleber has. He's at 4,900, and this is technically their 3rd best three-point shooter here. He's been very consistent all playoffs pretty much. He had a lot of nice games going up against Utah, where he hit 5 of 8 threes. He hit 4 of 5, 8 of 11. So Maxi Kleber has the big upside to go off as a value play, and he's been very consistent throughout this series. 3 of 5, 2 of 4 in this series going up against the Phoenix Suns. They're going to need him off the bench. He's getting the majority of the minutes. I think they go probably gravitate more towards Kleber in this one. He probably might reach 30 minutes. They run a better offense when Kleber is on the court and there's no Dwight Powell, okay? When Dwight Powell is on the court, no one's guarding him, okay? So that means they can double team Brunson. They can double team Luka Doncic because Dwight Powell is not a threat, okay? They can come over late with some help defense, put up their hands, and if he gets fouled, he can't make free throws as well. So Maxi Kleber is probably going to be an adjustment for Jason Kidd to get him more minutes and their offense runs better. That's what's been happening as of late, all right? So I have one more. I got one more value play for you here, and that is Derek White. Derek White, previously from the San Antonio Spurs, has come over to the Boston Celtics. He is now at 5,000 salary, and he is finally getting some confidence. I don't know what was wrong with him before. He wasn't making any threes in that Nets series. Now he's getting more acclimated to this playoff scene. 34 minutes, 32 minutes, 29 minutes, and he's really added another element to this team, knocking down the 3 ball. He's chipping in with rebounds. Look at that, 5, 5, and 4 in the last past 3 games. We're seeing assists from him, blocks, steals. He's doing a little bit of everything here. This might be one of my favorite value plays for the Boston Celtics here in Derek White. He has surpassed Grant Williams. So if we're doing a tier list, we'll probably do Derek White. We'll probably do Pat Connaughton, Maxi Kleber, and then 4th in line will be Grant Williams as value plays. So definitely Derek White is someone to look at for Sunday. And now the lock of the night, okay? This man has been averaging 27 real points a game in this series against the Dallas Mavericks. They need Devin Booker to go absolutely off. He is in very comfortable form here in Phoenix at home. So give me, Devin Booker as the lock of the night at 9,300 in these games at home. We're looking at 47 fantasy points, 41 fantasy points. Big games here at 43. He's really shooting a high clip here, knocking down that 3-point ball at a very high volume as well, chipping in with rebounds and assists. Can I say I can't trust Chris Paul? I can say that, but we'll see how he does. We're still going to go to that well, but Devin Booker has been the engine, okay, of this Phoenix Suns offense pretty much majority of the season, and in the postseason, he's the guy that's the top scorer, okay? He's the guy that's going to go for 30 or 40, all right? Chris Paul, those days are far and few between, but Devin Booker is the guy that's going to take over the game. So if you see Devin Booker come out with 10, 15 points, similar to what Klay Thompson did to close out the Grizzlies, then you know that means there's good things coming for the Phoenix Suns in that game. Devin Booker is very important to come out strong and early in this game, okay? So I love Devin Booker to bring it home and close out the series against the Dallas Mavericks. He's our lock of the night, all right? Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know in that comment section below if you have any other suggestions on point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center, value play, or lock of the night. Let me know in that comment section down below, all right? Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessengerJSD. And I'll be back with another video, all right, guys? Peace out, and don't forget to subscribe, all right?